you turning ideas into reality. When you put it down, there's nothing like putting a thought on paper. And the reason is because it has to convert into this reality. Into right now, anything that's in our thoughts does not come out unless we either A, speak it out, so we're projecting it, or we put it on paper. Now it's on paper. You not only you can read it, but you can see it, you can draw it out, you can, it has to be physical. Good. Looks like we have some audio issues. There you go.
I think I held it down too long. It should be good now.
Yeah, it's working now. All right, cool. Yeah, so you know, that killed that. But we had an issue this morning. I woke up for my run and I walked into, hold on. Let's see if I can do this right. Okay. So as I'm walking in, I turn this over. So as I'm walking into my kitchen area, here's my little breakfast nook, right? I sit down. I'm going to sit down here. And as I sat down, you can see my aquarium. Well, I sat down and I heard a really nasty noise that I didn't like. And it was coming from the aquarium. I ran over to the aquarium and find this.
Oh no.
And that one and everything. And I'm going through. And this is a really big setup, dude. This is okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is, look, here's my pool table. You know what I mean? This is, yeah.
I was like, that's over 65 inches of
you know, it's a big setup, and we've spent a lot of time and money and effort and everything, and I'm like, what the fuck? So, hold on, where'd I go? So now, I fucking freak out and realize that I killed him, and realizing that I killed him was worse because now I had to go tell that one that I fucked up.
Yeah.
And there's no better way to say anything that's bad than just
I killed the fish. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, baby, I'm so sorry. I killed the fish. What? I'm sorry. I killed the fish. Oh, no. Yeah. I said, remember you asked me to go feed the fish? Yes. And what was the first thing you said? Make sure you turn off the pumps. Yes. Well, guess what? I didn't turn back on.
Oh.
Yeah. So looks like we have some stragglers that are not all dead. But we lost, especially that big guy. That's a that's a unicorn tang. That's we got him. He was that big, and I have a video of him bigger than my arm. So
really,
yeah,
that's crazy.
So he was a big boy. So
That's
now we're
fun.
yeah, so now we're all up trying to figure that one out. And I was about to jump on the call and I had no milk for my coffee. So I told her, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna run to the store before the call." And she goes, "Let me go with you." I was like, "Okay." So we're all up. That's why I said, "Give me a minute."
Yeah, no, that's cool.
How was your day yesterday?
I spent a lot of time on the computer yesterday, so I so here after I got done with you, I hit the gym. Um, well, I waited for my wife to get up to go to the gym, and then she informed me that she wasn't going. So then I hit the gym. Yeah, it's funny. It was pretty funny. I was like, "You ready?" She was just like, "No." Told that today. It's like, oh, all right then. Um,
I'll see you later.
so I went and hit it up, and it's nice to be back in there. I I do enjoy it, but then I didn't go this morning, so I have to go later. And then I spent time on SEO and uploading shorts and stuff for probably I don't know, like 6 hours.
Wow.
And also the plumber came yesterday, so we have water running through all the walls now, what it's supposed to be, except for he forgot the tie downs, so he has to come back and do the tie downs. And he was supposed to come back last night and do it, but he didn't. So that's fine because he didn't get paid yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he has to come back if he wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so that's cool. And then I'll probably go pick up the sheetrock today and start working through that over the course of this next week on the weekend and get that up. And yeah, that's crazy. I was just thinking about the amount of time that it would actually take to get the work done. And it doesn't take long to do the work. It's literally just the time that was wasted by the insurance company. Like he fixed the plumbing in that, and I don't know, probably 2 hours.
Give me 1 second.
All right.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's go back to my dude. How is that possible?
What's up?
No, go ahead. You were telling me about the insurance. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
That's why I said give me. That's why I said give me a second because Dolly was saying something in the background and
yeah. Now you're good.
yeah.
Just all that stuff's done now, or at least the first part. So we'll start the plumbing, or not the plumbing, the drywall here next week. Um, I don't know if I'm going to do it throughout the course of the week and try to just get it done, or just wait till the weekend and stop trying to force things into time slots where they don't fit. So
You trying to put a square peg in a round hole?
it'll fit.
It'll fit. I guarantee.
Get that sledgehammer, it'll fit. But that's a kind of my mentality with a lot of different things to try to fit things into places where they just don't go. It's like, all right, well, maybe you might make your week a little bit easier and not do that this week. So, yeah, but that made me find the actually start cleaning my office yesterday as well. And I threw away the notes for what we were going to talk about today. So I just dug in the trash can and found it while you were changing rooms.
Okay, go ahead.
It was we had been talking about the prior experiences of life, and it's like who knew that me hanging sheetrock when I was 14 years old, or helping my dad build the basement, that would be a factor. Like I'm not a carpenter, I don't want to build shit.
Yeah.
So that's well, we had started down that rabbit hole, and I was like, "No, we better pin this one for tomorrow because I think we're going to actually get into way too much." So
That one in itself is phenomenal because if you think about it, there's nothing in your life that happens to you that you're not prepared for. It's just that simple. There's there's always something that happens in your life that you are going to be prepared for. Um, the it's like having an epiphany, saying that. Just think about this real quick. If you're having the the best time of your life, if you're having the most success in your life, if you feel loved, if you're happy, if you're fucking healthy, if you're healthy, right? Everything is perfect. You have built a life that has led you to that moment in time. Now think about it this the other way around. Let's say your life is shit. Let's say your life is, you're always struggling. You're always like, fuck, you got the baby mama drama. You got the whatever, what the fuck. It's the same thing. It means that your life has led you to that moment. When you realize this and you're like, holy fuck, there's nothing in this world that you're not learning from that will make you a little better. So at the same time, you're always tested, you're always getting prepared. You know, the stuff that we're doing right now is completely different from what we ever thought we were going to be doing 2 months ago. You know, it's
that's that's so funny.
it's but everything cycles through. You're always going to be prepared. So you are building. So think about this. So now, since I'm building myself for tomorrow, not for today, everything that I do today is for my tomorrow. I don't want to sound like a certain presidential candidate, but what I'm saying is I don't want to go around in circles. But it all comes down to the self-realization that if my life is complete fucking shit, it is because it's my fault. That's it.
We'd said that earlier, where you know
Yep.
you built that house, now you got to live in it. Is kind of the premise with the way
Yep.
your life is turning out. Like, and it's always there's somebody else that a really good friend of mine. He lives over on the East Coast up north, north side of Florida, and he is like, he's like everybody's self-made. The successful are the only ones to talk about it, and it's like, yeah, no kidding. Like everybody has created and crafted their life, whether they blame it on the circumstances or acknowledge that their choices put them where they are. And even if you're not where you want to be, you might have made some better choices leading
Mm-hmm.
up to where you're at, but it doesn't undo the crappy foundation that you still have to go back and rebuild. And it's like, oh, okay, like, but everybody has created their own life. Like even when we're looking at, you just said we 2 years ago, there's no way that we would have planned on sitting on Zoom at 5 a.m. for 100 days, filming something and putting it out into the world. Because I know when I started my YouTube channel, I was like, dude, I'm not talking on camera.
Yeah.
Period.
Never thought about it.
I'm gonna edit and put stuff out there, but that was it. And that little bit of skill that I had developed from watching videos on YouTube and going to that Hustlers University, like, all right, so all of that stuff actually makes it to where we're able to do the things that we're doing. And I'm like to the point where I'm like looking at a video and I was like, oh yeah, you need to do this, 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 this. And there's like crickets. It's like shit, he's right. So it's like, all right, I wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't put in the reps when nobody else was looking. So it's
You're
yeah,
always preparing yourself. You're always doing something, to to either better yourself or hurting yourself. That's what, so at the same time, yes. So why not always continue to strive to, for the true aspects of personal development, you know?
I mean, Joe Rogan calls it becoming a learning machine.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, you
Yeah.
become a learning machine.
You do.
Joe Rogan no.
You do. Oh my gosh, 100% you do. Yes. Yeah, yeah, you become very proficient in a lot of things. You start learning. I mean, even on simple business law, you know, yeah, you have to know a little bit about everything. That is true.
I think that was it might have been Mark Bell that it said that, not Joe Rogan. Can't remember. They're both bald white men. Um, they're both pretty large. So I can look it up. It doesn't bug me now.
Anyway, so where were we? I got Dolly in the background, poor thing.
What you got in the background? What?
Still there. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, like the aquarium has been baby since day one. You know what I mean? And to maintain a saltwater aquarium is it's not an easy task. It's not an easy. It's not, if you don't if unless you want to spend 150 bucks a week, um,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, that's what it costs them to maintain this tank, $150 a week. So either A, you can pay somebody to do it, or and then well, it's $150 plus your tip. So think about that one. So let's round into 200 bucks a week.
Why does everybody get a tip?
Oh God, I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know.
I
But
wouldn't.
yeah,
I wouldn't have picked up a pizza last time, and it was like, all right. I was like, you guys really have this little tip button on this credit card reader. I'm in here picking it up. Like, so you want me to tip you for you doing your job that you get paid by the hour to do? Huh? That's
that's a new thing, but that's a standard thing through. It's not even them. It's a standard across the board. When they changed machines, when they changed into the new systems, it became automatic. That's considered a restaurant. So here's the restaurant fucking, you know, um, keypad.
yeah.
So that's just,
Yeah, yeah. Even I I don't know what it is because I worked in restaurants for a long time, and the servers that I worked with were so good and diligent, and like had such a high bar for how they performed and how they took care of their customers. They made great money. And now we go to the places and we get piss poor service and the gratuities included. And it like makes me so happy. It makes me smile. And like we tip wonderful for the exceptional service at great restaurants. But like if you're not doing what you're supposed to, isn't it like to ensure proper service or something like that? Is that what it breaks down to?
yeah.
And but then if it's automatically included, what's ensuring the proper service? I just got to show up now.
No, but you have the right to refuse to pay that. You know that, right?
I do now. Sucks to be them. Good.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
you have the right to refuse that. You do not. You do not have to pay that. You do not. Legally, you do not. They can add, they can add whatever the fuck they want to add, but no,
You don't have to pay it.
no, no.
No.
Listen, my mom, she ran a restaurant for 17, 18 years, dude. We've all partaken in some way or another. Had a You know, maybe that's where I get the coffee making a coffee from.
Mhm.
You know, but yeah, the it pisses me off when I go to restaurants and you'll see it a lot for some reason in like Spanish restaurants or something. I know there's a couple Colombian restaurants that we've been to and I see it right there already included in the bill and my stomach kind of turns
Those guys start
and
to.
yeah and the other one that I have is also uh when you're eating, you're still eating, by the way. And then they put the bill right next to your plate. Here you go, sir. Thank you so much. No rush,
Yeah.
bitch. You just ugh. That's the other one that I have. That one right there. Don't
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause don't kick me out. I'm still eating. That's and Dolly goes, come down. And I'm like, woosah. Yeah.
They usually ask me if I want dessert before they drop the bill. I'm like, oh, do you guys want dessert? Like, no, we're good. Okay, can slide it off. Like, I am still eating, but it's cool.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I usually order something else after that.
I mean,
Hmm.
I've been a server, dude. I was a server growing up. Fucking, one of my part-time jobs when I was in the Air Force, I was a waiter. You know, fucking, uh, when I came back home, I was like, fuck it, let me go. I was a waiter at like two or three different restaurants, but nah. Hell,
Yeah,
Caesar. I remember Caesar. Oh my gosh, yeah, Dolly's friend Caesar. He's been with the family about as long as I have. Like we all met around the same time frame, you know. And Caesar's been I used to wait tables with him
okay.
at one. Yeah, at one point. Wow, that's Sebastian will be 21 years old, so that means that was damn, dude. Am I getting that old?
Yeah, you are. Haha. I'm right behind you, so whatever. I think everybody should work in a restaurant for like a month. Like whether they come out of high school, whether they come out of college.
Yeah,
I
but
want them
not a
to
McDonald's, not a McDonald's, not a
no
McDonald's.
actual restaurant where you have to interact with people, or because
Yes.
that's a high stress environment, and like even in the kitchen, because I never waited tables. I was always back in the house.
Well,
But oh boy, if they didn't teach you how to multitask and follow some freaking instructions and solve some freaking problems like that, like Outback Steakhouse on Mother's Day it was next to the World Arena. That place would do like 14 grand an hour. It was disgusting how much food we could cook and turn out of that place. Ridiculous. It's just stupid.
no
And
way.
it's so bad. It's so bad. And like you look at restaurants that are doing numbers like that, like you could put so much food on the grill where it got cold, or it wouldn't sear anymore, where you just had to wait for it to cook. Like all the little pasta burners going at the same time. You have the meat grill, the saute grill. You got the oven where you're taking out and you turn the potatoes. And then yeah, it's chaos, and you just have to operate through it. And everybody's yelling, and you just got to do your part. And it's like you get your piece of the puzzle and don't fuck it up. And but it's a good skill to have. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like that's like which is like, how do you get everything done at the same time? I was like, I don't know. It's just years of
Preparation. Yeah.
yeah. It's just like, oh yeah, let's start that, do that. It's just like,
Hmm.
and that's just the way it works. I think everybody should have to deal with that. Even yeah, because I mean, it also taught me how not to take shit from servers. Oh no, it's a good time.
I never had any issues with the kitchen.
Yeah, that's because they
I
make you
know,
money.
right?
You actually realize the way the game played. That was it. So, and the guys that were good to us back there in that kitchen that talked to us like human beings whenever they needed something on the fly, they got it. And it was like, but if you had that piss poor attitude, I guess I should have picked up that little message. If you have a bad attitude, people don't want to work with you. Imagine how much of my life would have been different for that one. Jeez.
You know, that's crazy that think about all the scenarios in your life, all the decisions you've made, and so forth. If you think about it, what different realities there could have been, or possibly are. Some age older, some age faster, stuff like that. When we tend to think about those things, like you just said, you imagine my life, and if I hadn't done this or I hadn't done that or whatever it may be, it those are moments in time where there is a breaking step. There is a breaking step. That there is, and the alternate reality. Remember how I always say that I'll go into and I'll look for a better self, or I'll look for somebody to talk to, right? When you go into yourself, when you go into your mind, you you tend out, and there's infinite possibilities, infinite possibilities. But there's ones that really focus in it. They are the wrinkles of our own universe. Sometimes it says it's in our dreams, like but you have a dream, a wild dream. There's no guarantees that we really don't know. But the yogis that have studied these things for thousands and thousands of years haven't they all pretty much coincide. There's such a miraculous. The human body is it's so amazing that there's no there's no better machine made on earth besides the human body. That's exactly what we are. We are a machine. We were designed for a specific reason. We haven't been able to. There's only a handful of slight individuals that have mastered these skills. Amongst them, for example, would be like, let's say, Jesus Christ, right? A master. Some will say he's the son of God. Okay, sure. We're all the son of God. We're all children of Christ, you know? So it's all the same. But what I'm talking about is when you master those things in itself, when you get to yourself, when you become one within yourself, being I didn't know that. Okay. I'm gonna say one, baby. Just give me 1 second. So that totally killed it for me. I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Uh, let me turn on my light. Sorry about that. Hold on. Fuck me, dude. And that time it wasn't even me.
That's funny.
Dude, I'm on the roll, and she's telling me we could have done a CPR on the fish. Look, it says I could have fucking start blowing. I'm like,
Oh wow.
where she fell, she cracked her ribs. because she was doing maintenance on that. That's
Is
the
that how that
aquarium.
happened?
Yeah. She was doing maintenance. I mean, she is the maintenance girl, right? So she saves this house, let's say $800 a month. Yes, that is her. She should have her own YouTube channel. She would probably be famous. I don't know.
Oh,
But
I know this much. People watch it more than they watch ours because she's a woman. And
yeah,
starts motherfuckers around here. Boy, I tell you what, I'm cussing a lot this morning.
ooh. Oh man.
It's because I didn't work out this morning, so I'm like, I didn't get that extra boost of endorphins that I usually have coursing through my system.
I had plenty of adrenaline go through my system. I thought she was gonna kill me. Now that she's not around there, I can say that. I thought she was gonna kill me.
Fear. Yeah. Yep. Fight
That was that was that was probably one of the most fearful moments of my life.
it.
When I killed her fish, I was like, oh, there's a slight chance that she thinks that I probably did it on purpose. Oh, that's where we were. Yes. I brought it back. I'm good. Okay. So when you have alternate fucking realities and all that shit, right? Okay. See, now I can talk, but I can't talk when she's there.
That's funny.
Listen, dude. And here's why. And I'll repeat this, and I repeat this, and I repeat this, and you have to remember that. What was that you're not a master in your own town. You're not a.
Nobody wants a prophet in their own land.
That's it. That's it. 100%. And that's pretty much the same shit. Now, even though me and her, we've had this growing that the last couple of years has been like the make it or break it type deal, right?
Hmm.
Because when she realized and when she finally broke down, I broke that woman. When she finally broke down and said, fuck you, and I'm like, why? Swear to God, dude. I mean, when she finally broke down, I'm like, really? Oh shit, really? And that's different. That's when I said, okay, I gotta I have to find something. I gotta change something. But there is a possibility, there is a reality, there is alternate lifelines. So when I go in there and I look for me, right, and I look for a better self of me, I can only do so much, right? This pretty much okay, I'm bringing it back now. Good, here we go. I can only do so much. So in my strive to in my strive for perfection, in my strive for to be my best self, my best self. Okay. Maybe my best self isn't the 6'8". I would never get there. I'm only 5'8" on a good day. You know what I mean? Like, maybe 5.5, the right
Go hit the
shoes,
chiropractor. Get you
you
to
know?
five.
Yeah. It's like, just stretch them out a little bit more, maybe, right? Yeah, on a good day. But I have to be strong here. I have to be strong here. I have to be strong here. Whatever direction, whatever it is that I need to do, I can alter it and I can bring it back. We're with us. We are like fucking RoboCops. Okay, we have the capabilities of fucking getting these little downloads that we're living a mortal experience. It's just another fucking game over. New player. That's all pretty much what it comes down to. All right, there's this little guy in the background going, ba, 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 right? And then you're just fucking going through town. When you realize and you finally get to talk to that guy, and you're talking to that guy, and and you're like, hey, I'm supposed to be doing this, right? Oh yeah. Then your body becomes fucking astronomical. But dimensions. I'm going through dimensions. I'm going through this reality. I'm going through this reality, and then I had a stumble. When I when I fall, I have to make a choice, right or left. It's those key ones, not the ones. It's the ones that led you to where you're supposed to be. I guess you could say it that way. It's like they're both lead you somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
Depending on
all
how.
like every choice is significant. Every step. It's like yeah, every time you make a choice, it's just like all right, well, it's gonna. Well, there's a fork in the road. Every time you make a choice, you're choosing a different fork, and so you're gonna go down this path or this path. All right, well, we chose this one. All
That's
right,
why.
cool.
That's why the part of me. That's why the you can live pretty much parallel lives, right? But it's still slightly different because it's the small in the insignificant small choices or decisions that you're changing. It could mean a world apart, so that is correct. And we've talked about the
Yeah,
small. We've talked about those little things. Well,
yeah,
within that, these are fucking certain realities. So there is a way, because our spirit literally is all connected. It's all into one. You can go into any one of these fucking. You can think about. I don't want to bring anybody's up, but yeah, whatever. So when you're mad at and you're mad and you think like evil things, like, oh, I just wish I could just slap her. There probably is a me out there somewhere that beats the fuck out of her. you know
mm,
there probably is a me with a shovel. I don't know. you know Thank God it's not this one. At
yeah,
least that's what I'm saying. There's a me that has won the lottery 100 times. Whatever it may be, or there's a me that has always had the best luck. There's a
mm,
me that has the best charisma. There's a me that has the best whatever it is that I can download from. What do I need at this moment, right? So in the same aspects, we're all connected in some way. Well, if I try to get what's best of every single one of those little nesters, every
mm,
single one of those. I will never achieve it. Listen to me. I will never ever achieve it. But it is extremely important for me to try to do that every fucking morning when I wake up. I am extremely grateful. I am grateful for the opportunity that I get. Number one, to make her fall in love with me again. That's like literally, it's just retarded. It's the way I think. She loved me yesterday. Great. Let me see if I can do it again today.
why do
You
you think
know
that's retarded?
what's
Uh,
that?
why would you say that's retarded? It's freaking awesome.
I don't know, dude.
So many
I would
people.
say some people might say is, oh, dummy. You know what,
Hey,
dude? I
that's because
love
they're
it.
losers.
I love it. I love it.
Anybody anybody that doesn't try to like win their spouse's affection and treat them in a manner like they did when
Oh,
they were first together, like, and they would say something negative about that, you guys are fucking assholes and idiots. I don't give a shit. Like, you know, that's why the divorce rate is so high and why people don't stay together as long as they, because people stop. We talked about this before when we think about like being successful in different areas. You
oh
stop
yeah.
you stop doing what got you to where you were. Like you stopped doing the things that were helping you win. It was like, my wife had made the comment. She's like, you don't look at me the same way that you used to. And then like, so we're at one of the places that we had our first dinner at. We went to Carrabba's on like a third date or something. And I kid you not, I just stared at her eyes like the entire time that we were there.
Dude, you're like
And
insane.
she was like, "What are you looking at?" I was like,
Dude,
but like what I remember that place, that's literally what I did. Like I was so captivated by her eyes that I was literally just gazing into her eyes the entire time that we were there. And but you stop doing stuff like that, they don't feel the appreciation. And kind of you might like you start to forget what's important. and that's important, like so important. So yeah, like I try to make my wife fall in love with me every day. Man, I wish that I had that mentality where I was doing that on a consistent basis. I was like, we call that Friday date night, and then half the time when
No,
you're on date night, you got
yeah,
preoccupied with other stuff. And so like
yeah.
we went out to celebrate that one night, and I was like literally just slid my phone across the table and left it there face down because I knew that I was like all in my head trying to get stuff done. So, no, that's freaking awesome. People should do that. I'll say it again. I'll try to win your spouse's affection every freaking day. Your relationship will be a lot better for it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. You know, when I learned, when like I said, the old self, it really hurt her a lot because he really took advantage of her, took advantage of her kindness, of her love. And then I started thinking, when I started to lose her, I'm like, why? What did I do? What's going on? How come? And then start to realize it's all me anyway. I'm the one who's pushing her away. It's all my fucking fault. You know, she's you know, she's always been there, you dumb fuck. Oh shit. Yeah. So that's why. That's why. And there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees in life on how much longer we have it for each other. But literally for me is 100%. And that's why I told her. I mean, I've told her time and time again. Our marriage was very quick, efficient. We never really had a wedding ceremony. And I told her, I was like, I really want to marry her. I really want to marry her. Like, I want to have an actual wedding ceremony. I really want to marry. I want her to really, really, dude. I fucking one of these rings. These are puzzle rings. This is a six band.
Hmm.
Uh, hold on. Let me see. See, they come apart.
Yeah, I was looking at those. Pretty cool.
They come apart, right? So anyway, when I was in Saudi, one of the times I saw these rings and I asked the guys, like, what kind of ring is that? And he says, oh, they're marriage rings. I said, really? I said, yeah. And I was like, wow. And the guy goes, I said, what makes them so special? He goes, well, the woman has 4 to 6 bangs, 4 to 6 bands, right? I said, okay. There's some that are for the men. They have some that are 6 to 12. I think it's 6 to 12. The 12 it's too thin. I like the six. It makes it look thicker. But anyway, and it's just what they do is if the woman takes it off and she puts it and she sets it down on the on the counter, it falls apart.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so they use these rings, and the only one that can put it together would be a man. So they use them in old uh, Muslim countries. They use these rings so that way they know if their woman has been,
You don't take it
unfaithful.
off.
Yeah, you don't take off your ring. You know, yeah, you don't take off your ring. It makes you
That's
think twice before
pretty awesome.
acting a fool. But anyway, so it works both ways. It works both ways. The first ring I remember I had bought these originally, and then somehow they got stolen. Then our real marriage, our real wedding band, I had a custom made, and it used to spin and do all stuff. And throughout the years, she's cracked so many times. I don't know how much. This ring has saved me from a lot of things, dude. I've never had anything crack so much throughout, the last 20, 21 years, 20 years,
Is that,
21 years, dude. Holy shit, I've been married 21 years. Huh?
is that tungsten carbide?
No, this is 18 karat gold.
And it cracks?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know why? Not because she's thin. dude, there's a lot of bad juju out there, and this shit protects me from it. I swear. I truly, truly, truly do. There's a lot of things, and I think we talked about this, with other people in my family that I believe practice the black magic. Yes, I believe they do. And then there's a lot of things that happen to us that there's no other explanation. There's
Yeah.
no other explanation. I'm not a big fucking but
How can you talk about the quantum field and not say that like it's all the stuff goes together?
yes, but that's the thing though. But I'm not talking about the fictitious religious ghosts and spirits and I'm here to haunt you type bullshit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like paranormal activity and stuff like that. Again,
That's
that
the
exists too. But
to a certain extent, listen, I mean,
oh,
there's
I was we were talking about the relationship with your wife, and I had something that had sparked while you were talking, and
yes.
it was something I heard very recently, and it was we only learn by failing, and if you didn't have the failures that you did with your behavior in your marriage, then you wouldn't be the person that actually treats her the way that she deserves to be treated. Because Tate was talking about this. I listened to a decent amount of Tate. And he's like, how many people do you know where you have that jackass that almost wrecks the car? He's always driving too fast. He's always doing this shit over and over and over again. People do that with their lives and they don't change until they crash that bitch. And so it was like, we don't stop to look at what we're doing until we actually get in that accident, like you destroying your life. And like, it's like, fuck, man, did I really do that? It's like, yeah, you did. And that's the only way that we learn how to, like, the reason why I treat my wife the way that I do now was like I treated her great when we got together. But then at a certain point, I realized that success means nothing without me maintaining that relationship with the person I'm trying to do it for. So whether or not it's me lashing out and me biting her head off because I'm stressed out, or me not even realizing that I'm doing it because I'm focused on something else, doesn't change the fact that you're doing it, and it is still a failure if you can't maintain that relationship. And
And the whole thing that I think, and this is probably, and if this is a lie, it is probably my best lie ever.
mm,
But I am this person today, not only as so much because I chose it to be, but I really did do 90% of the things in my life trying to please her.
mm,
So if within me trying to figure it out and pushing her out of the way and figuring it out and pushing her out of the way, and she's been smacking me the whole fucking time. Nope, that
mm,
way, motherfucker. Nope, that way, motherfucker. Nope, that way, mother. Finally, she got me in front and she goes, I can't do this anymore. I said, you know what? You don't got to. I got you now.
right.
Please let me take care of you now.
And like that's legit. She's been a pretty good set of directions for everything that I've done after the trucking company. It's like she was the person that was like, dude, you should get your license when the people were trying to recruit me. Because I had one company that tried to recruit me, and it was the door knock and sell
Yeah.
final expense. And I didn't end up doing that, but that started the process of me like doing it or getting the license. And then we sat down with the second company, and like the lady was going through the presentation, and she just looked at me. She's like, "This is what you should be doing." And so like she was like, I know you're more than just a truck driver. And so it was like, me trying to be in sales prior to that and like try, dialing, doing that nonsense. And then like that she's been like even accountable. Like that was her thing where she was like, you need to teach people what you've been learning. I was like, all right, chew on that for a little while, make it happen. All right. That's how this is actually has some. The only reason why it has any teeth or whatever, like I actually know what I'm talking about, is because I started writing this stuff down a year ago. Like, so it's all in the archives of my because
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy how when you start journaling, Jim Rohn said it in one of his things. He goes, "Journaling will change your life." Right? I never understood that. And he talks about having all his journals, his life saving, all of his journals. He never threw one away. And then I was like, man, I've thrown a lot of them away, you know? So it's like, uh, in those journals, you write down all your secrets, you write down all your solutions, you write down all your problems, you write down anything and everything, dude. And it's basically it's you turning ideas into reality. When you put it down, there's nothing like putting a thought on paper. And the reason is because it has to convert into this reality. Into right now, anything that's in our thoughts does not come out unless we either A, speak it out, so we're projecting it, or we put it on paper. Now it's on paper. You not only you can read it, but you can see it, you can draw it out, you can it has to be physical to be to start into the reality. You know what I mean?
it's so crazy because like even when I stopped journaling and then I started blogging like once a week, and then that was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even, I thought I was an idiot and didn't know how to write. Like, all right, this is cool. But all
Yeah.
it just, I don't know. It's amazing what comes, what you speak and what you write, what will actually come out of it.
Mhm.
And I think everybody should take some time to like start journaling, start writing, start blogging. If nobody reads it, you never release it. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Like
matter.
it's you actively thinking and using the skills that you developed over the course of your life and not letting them go to waste. Because if you
Here,
don't use it, you lose it.
here's the one thing that we live in such an egotistical like reality. Like I need for oh, if nobody reads it, I'm not going to release it. No, release it, let it go, put it out there. Don't do it for the money, don't do it for the fame, don't do it because you're desperate. No, just when you let it go, when you really just let it go, um that's when everything turns around for you. When you let the universe go ahead and just take it, because it's going to help the right person. It's going to help
Yeah.
the it's there's I if anybody listening gets any value, anything, you know even a smile on a face from me choking up, killing my wife's fish. I mean, fuck, whatever it is. If anything comes up, please let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell, because there's a lot of funny things and a lot of nuggets in these little videos we've noticed. You know, I know we can relate. We are regular two blue collar guys that are just trying to figure out who the fuck we are on a daily basis. So we want to know more from you. If you have a pretty cool job, you know, if you work on those fucking windmills, if you work on a train, fuck, I don't know, wherever you are, let us know. Let's see. I think I gotta let you go, dude. It's almost 6, right? It's about
Yeah,
6.
it's a little after 6 right now, so I
Yeah.
gotta skedaddle, get my boogie on.
Skedaddle. This little boy says skedaddle.
So,
all right.
good one. We'll catch up later, and then probably roast the editing team again.
There you go. I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right.
Bye.